Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jillian and I make crochet plushies and other crochet related content. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below because I found out a lot of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you could do that, it would really help a girl out. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So this like mustard color. This will be the only mushy boy I have, but who knows, maybe. So it is now the week after my Christmas market, and I'm just going to be sharing with you the whole breakdown of everything I sold, prices, all of that kind of thing. So let's just hop right into it. So all in all, I would call this a success. I definitely made back my booth fee, and I guess it was worth my time. It's always worth the time for the experience and the knowledge you gain with every market. And this was actually my first indoor market, so that was kind of an interesting experience in itself. But my booth was set up kind of in the middle of like 3 rows of vendors. And at this particular market, it wasn't strictly handmade makers that were all of the vendors. It was like, I would say half and half between makers and I'm not sure the exact word, but like the third party, like Mary Kay makeup and Tupperware, and the lady next to me that had a lot of traffic going through our row were like these press-on fake nails. So that kind of helped me out with the positioning because she was drawing in a lot of customers. They would walk right past me, so that kind of helped me out a little bit. All in all, I would say it was a pretty decent market. I did make sales and I did make my booth fee back, and I ended up selling 15 plushies, so that's cool. But I think the part of the downside to this one in particular was that also going on in my town almost during the same exact hours was a whole nother like winter wonderland type event that also had a bunch of vendors and all of that sort of people necessarily there to look because you guys are set up. They're just there to have lunch and then kind of look. But it ended up just fine, and now we will get into like the financials. So as I mentioned, in total between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I sold 15 plushies and it was 12 sales total. So my total earnings from the day were $239, but minus the booth fee, which was $35, ends up around $204 for profit, so not too bad. As I said, I'm just kind of in the middle about it. Definitely decent and a good experience all in all. The most popular payment method for sure was cash at this market, which was a little bit surprising, but also not, because there's definitely more older folk in my town, so they prefer cash. But I made $153 in cash. I made $48 on my Square, and Venmo $38. And as for the plushies I sold, I'm going to pop up pictures as I'm talking of everything that sold in the order that they sold. So the first thing was the tofu, the turtle, and I only had one of these. Honestly, I've just kind of been testing these tofus out. I know they're usually like really good market sellers for people. And the past two markets I went to that I brought tofu turtles to, they both sold. So definitely a good sign, and I'll have to make more for the next one. Next up, I sold 2 chickens, and for my chickens, I priced them at $15 each, or I do 2 for $25. And honestly, y'all, if you aren't bundling up the chickens, if you make a lot, which I definitely try to make a lot, it's definitely like more enticing for people to want to get 2 instead of the 1, because you're getting just that little bit of a deal and you're getting 2 cute little chickens. So I would definitely try out bundling them, doing them 2 for something, but yes. So next up was, I only had made one of these little tiny penguins and I sold that for $12. Then next up, I sold one of the like frosting leggy frogs, and it was the smiley face one for $12. And then next again was a set of 2 chickens for $25. And then the next one, which I'm surprised sold, is my pattern bee for $22. Next up is 1 singular chicken for $15. Next up is my pickle, which was super exciting because this pickle has been around since the first market I went to, and people definitely like comment on it all the time about how cute it is, but I always had business cards there, and then they kind of like walked off. And then around, what was it? The market ended at 3, so I would say maybe around 2. She came like rushing back into the building, and you could tell she was on a mission to get to my booth. She was like, I just dropped my daughter off and we really loved the chickens, so I had to come back and get some for her for Christmas. So she ended up buying the 2 for $25 chickens, and then she also had wanted to buy the watermelon turtle, but at that point it had already been sold. So she took my information, and we'll see where it goes with that. But it's definitely cool seeing the reaction of some people who actually appreciate like your work and the hard work that goes into crocheting and all of that stuff. So I appreciate interactions like that a ton, and that's kind of the fun of doing markets. Honestly, I haven't really had any bad reactions, at least in person to my face, from the stuff I sell. Usually all that happens is they walk by the plushie, notice how much it costs, and they're like, oop, and then they just continue on. But just know that there are people out there who are definitely willing to pay for your hard work, and definitely don't undersell yourself to where you're not making a profit whatsoever. And there's definitely a lot of different pricing strategies and resources out there that you guys can look into. I can maybe go into pricing, at least how I do it, maybe in another video if you guys are interested in that sort of thing. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. I would love to know just like different videos and content you guys would love to see from me in the new year, because I'm trying to get on this grind and be more consistent for you guys, as well as more consistent on my social media, and of course making more plushies and just gaining all of this business knowledge in general. But that is going to wrap up this video. I'm sorry it was a little pieced together and chaotic at some points, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed until this point in the video, leave a snowman in the comments, as well as anything you want to see from me in the new year, and make sure you guys are subscribed, of course. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!